Check, check. This is why the community is amazing. Because sometimes I'm a big dummy. I'm a big dumb panda. And I just talk into air to nobody. Do appreciate it. Hey guys. I think I got the volume working. I had a big update, so I think a lot of the things kind of reset on my computer. It's all good, pandas. Hey, pandas. Let's do that again. Welcome to the stream. I'm Bye Money. I'm glad that you guys can join us. I have the best community on YouTube. Honestly, actually, I have the best community on YouTube, and I love it. Hey, on stream yesterday, I had a red day, but today, it's a new day. And that's the nice thing about scalping. You have a new day, every day is a new day, and we focus on the price action for today. We try to get the best setups possible. And ended up green on the day in general, of course, but the two-legged pullback Discord, knows all the updates I give them throughout the day. And on the Discord, what we typically try to do is give a setup that's about to happen that we're interested in, or that I'm interested in, and I will ping it in the chat, and I'll say, hey, this is forming. If this traps, I'm going to take the trap. Actually, yesterday during the session, I told the Discord, hey, I know this trap looks very, very enticing to take with this 3, but I'm looking for the failed trap after this, thinking that this downtrend is not done yet. And it's actually kind of interesting because we had 2 failed traps here, failed trap here, failed trap here. This failed trap actually ends up finally continuing the original trend. But I thought we were still in downtrend, so I wasn't interested in the trap. I wanted the failed trap, and actually was able to scalp out right here. And yeah, I guess I'll go over some of the trades that I went over with the Discord. But so after the stream ended, I was like down like 600 something, and I saw this two-legged pullback forming here. I really like this a lot. A, B, C, and how it breaks lower and it comes back up. And then I took this one actually for 3 points. I swung 3 points on this one, and I was able to get a nice. And the main reason being is because we're just so clearly above the 20 MA, and basically spiking channel, right? So we had a spiking channel here, and spike, small spike, and then channeling. And I saw this happening at the 20 MA, also at the key area here on this trend line. And so I took this one, and I took it for a couple points here, about 2 or 3 points, or I took it for 3 points here, and that alone took me out of the red. And this happened to happen, an hour after stream, but it is what it is. Also took this trade here, and so finally, after I saw this small break here, I was looking for a reversal. I wasn't confident here on this one, but when the second trap happened here, I was very confident, being well under the 20 MA. And I took this one as well, and was able to scalp out here. I didn't swing this one. I scalp out because on H4 setups, I typically don't like to reverse those or try to go into those, because I know the next one's typically strong. Could be a strong reversal, but I took this 4th push down, 4th pullback, trap trade here. And this would happen because breakup trend here, and then retest new high. Then I was looking for the reversal here. I mean, this would have been a good trade itself as well, but I wasn't confident until finally this one happened, and I felt more confident on the second one here. And then what else we have here? Yes, like I mentioned, I took this trap as well, or this failed trap. And I didn't take this one because we're above the 20 EMA, and you could have, something like this. Like if you're looking at this, you could see this as a breakup trend, and I was like, maybe that's a breakup trend, so I wanted to wait a little bit. And I said I would only really feel confident if we have a failed trap here. But I mean, my trend line looked like this at the time, and I was thinking we're gonna make a new low, so I wanted to fail trap. And then when the failed trap happened, with a good signal bar, basically a two-legged pullback, A, B, C, two-legged pullback, good signal bar, failed trap as well. Also, trading range indicator starting to mark the trading range up here. And that failed trap top of the trading range was enough for me to get enough confidence for me, gave me enough confidence to be able to enter here for that trap. And the risk is not that big either. A little more than 2 points, 2-point risk, 2.5 or 2.25 point risk, but yeah, actually 2.5 points if you consider 1 tick below and 1 tick above. And so scalped out there as well. So I was already green after this swing trade, and then these are all extra here, around 500 extra plus at that point. What are the good setups here? I mean, this is a two-legged pullback here, but after this new low was made, I was not confident. We were way below the 20 EMA as well. If I were to take this trade, I would like to be closer to 20 EMA, so I skipped this one, but this ends up giving a nice push down here. And then, what else do we have? So I was scared about that one. This trap was nice. So you have this break of trend, or you have this trend here, break of trend, and you're looking for a trap trade to the upside at this point. And here you get a nice little scalp here. It's not only a trap to the upside, but it's also a two-legged pullback. And so what you have is a Pikachu trade here. And why is it a Pikachu? Because on the other side of this, you have a trap trade. A, B, C, and this next A leg makes less than a point. Let me zoom in for you guys so you guys can see a little more clearly. You can see that you have a two-legged pullback here, creating the dark green number, but then you have this this failed second entry to the short side, right? Failed second entry short, so that creates a magenta box. And so you have all in one spot, right after new low, right? A nice setup here for a scalp to get a a nice scalp here because you have a Pikachu trade. And the reason why it's called Pikachu is because it looks like a Pikachu tail. If you drew out the trend lines, right? If you drew out the lines of the two legs, you can see that it looks like a Pikachu tail. Woo! All right, let me slow down here, pandas. I'm trying to get through this daily chart review. And this Pikachu tail looks like a lightning bolt, but essentially that's what it looks like, and so we call that Pikachu. Easy to see with a dark green number in the magenta box. That's how easy it is. This is also a Pikachu, dark red number in a magenta box. And I used to solely only trade the Pikachus for a while. A, B, C. You have that. Simple A, B, C. But you also have this one. Starts way up here. A, B, C. And this A leg, the second entry, makes less than a point here. So that gives you a trap and also the second entry all in one place. Easy to see with the indicator. I don't have to show you. I don't have to draw all these lines, but essentially the Pikachu trades are a little difficult to actually see if you don't have the indicator. But it's just a dark green or dark red number in a magenta box. That's how you know Pikachu is setting up. So good trade here as well. Okay, yeah. This one as well. I actually went into this trade, and it was a higher low setup after the new low was made. New low, and I saw these strong bull bars and above the 20 EMA at this point, and I saw this setup here, this first pullback. Even though it's a 2, sorry, this is a first entry, but this 2 means it's the right. You have this. It's a light red number because this is actually a first pullback if you count from here. But if you count from here, it's actually the second pullback. Second pullback. And so that's why we have the number 2. So you have a second pullback, but also first entry. And then you have the ABC pattern, second entry here, and I took that for the higher low setup after the new low was made. And I just really thought the yesterday's low would be a magnet as well, and so it just kept going back up to it. But trading range indicator also marking the trading range perfectly here, as you can see. But that's it for the yesterday's chart review. Let's look at the pre-market here. Let's see what we have. We do have a two-legged pullback here. It's a little tricky because you have A, B, C pattern, but comes after, right, break of trend. You have this. You do have a break of trend here, making a new low, and also bottom of the trading range. Here we're at the top of the trading range, and we do have a potential trap trade here. And I may be interested in this trap trade, pandas, actually here, because of, but also we're in the trading range. That's a little tricky for me. These are always tricky. You have a trap trade to the upside, major trend reversal, and I would love to have this below here, with a trap trade to the upside on the bottom of the trading range. But now we're at the top of the trading range, and to me this is clearly a trading range at the moment. And so the smart thing to do here is actually to sit on my pause. But I think you do have a high chance here to make a point on this trap trade. But trade at your own risk, pandas. Right now we're just, in my mind, I see a trading range. Just look at the higher time frames. Trading range on the 10K as well. The 5 minute. 5 minutes is a little wonky. 5 minutes are usually wonky until the market opens, because the volume's not there yet. Trap does trigger here. It does look good for a point, to be honest, but I'm just gonna sit on my pause. Pandas, welcome to the stream. I'm glad that you guys can join us. You guys are rolling in. I just finished the daily chart review and going into the pre-market analysis here. Hope you guys are doing well. Let me say good morning to a couple of my pandas here. Bill Jesso, good morning. Brandon Jones, good morning from rainy Florida. As you guys are rolling in, don't forget to scalp that like button. Let's get to 100. Let's scalp 100 likes before 9:30 Eastern time, before the market open. That'll be amazing. Pandas, I know we can do it. I know we can do it. I know we have the ability to do it. And so I'm hoping you guys will help out support the stream by scalping that like button. Phil W saying, good morning, let's find those 2-leg pullbacks. Let's go, baby. Let's find the best setups possible. And this is why I don't enter that, because top of the trading range, potentially come back down. Do I like this failed trap? Failed trap is enticing here. Failed trap does look good. You got 3 pushes up, failing to break out here. I actually like this failed trap a lot. I like the failed trap a lot, pandas. I'm gonna sit on my pause here still, and then actually wait for market open. But I do like this failed trap. Definitely, you have more chance on this failed trap to make a point than this trap now. At this point, obviously, you have a good chance to make a point. Lower high setup, top of the trading range, failed trap setup. That's not a bad setup right here, pandas, to take. But I'm sitting on my pause. Good morning, guys. Good morning, Haskell from Charlotte, Florida. Dita, good morning. I'm not sure if I've seen your name before, Dita, but welcome to the stream. Frank, Angela, good morning. Power Trader, good morning from LA. Welcome back, pandas. John Parkman from Montana, welcome back. Tactical Productions asks, hi, one question. Anyone else look at the 1 minute time frame to find 2-legged pullbacks in the pre-market and after hours? I also look at the 5 minute. Pre-market and after hours, to be honest, the time charts are not, in my opinion, they're not actionable. Just the volume's not there. When it comes to after hours or pre-market, I would say it's better to trade the tick charts, because that's based on volume, and so the price action is actually pretty consistent. But the time charts are just a little, every once in a while I'll trade a time chart on the after hours if I see good volume, right? If I see some good movement, right? The ATR, or the average trading range, or average true range, sorry. The ATR, in my opinion, has to be at least, for like a 20 period ATR, has to be at least big enough for a scalp. Look at this, pandas. Like I said, that was a very good setup, right? Lower high, top of the trading range, failed trap. Man, that's beautiful. I'm just sitting on my pause here. I'm gonna wait for market open. One concern I had was a 20 EMA, which made me not want to take it, but that's a nice setup. Good for a scalp there for anyone who took it. Congrats. Frank Angelo. So yeah, no volume. Thanks guys for letting me know. Phil WK. Good morning. Good morning, guys. Good morning. J Merck, good morning, welcome back. I'm glad you're back, J Merck. I mean, I understand your best interest yesterday was for the channel, and so I do appreciate it. Let's focus on the charts today, pandas. Let's find those 2-legged pullbacks. J Trades, GM, yeah. Hey, make sure if you're just rolling in, scalp that like button. Also, give me a GM, good evening, location. Let me know where you guys are from. I'd love to hear where you guys are from. SW Blaze, welcome back. FZen, welcome back. Calvary Trader, Kellyanne, my fellow pandas. Josh Rita asks, do you only enter traps and not two-legged pullbacks? Sorry, I'm new here. Just a question because I've seen you get involved is with traps. Welcome to the stream, Josh Rita. I do love traps, but I also love two-legged pullbacks. I trade both. Depends on the context, simply. Speedy Boy says, I might gonna buy this indicator soon. Check out the free trial. No harm done. Check it out. If you like it, you can purchase. If you don't like it, then it is what it is. Vortex says, I'm not spamming. Yeah, we have the Nightbot. If you do all caps, or if you do too many caps, it's going to it's gonna delete your message. It's not. I'm not doing it. It's the Nightbot. So just watch out for the caps. Don't do too many caps in a row. Geo, hi Panda. Your name would be cool if it was Dio. Terrence, good morning from Hawaii. 12 hours difference, I believe, right? 12 hours or 13 hours, I forget. I lived in Hawaii for a couple months. And I remember like talking to my friends, it would be like I had to like consider what time it was for them, and it was just like complete opposite time of the day. Good morning, Brandon Jones. Beach Bum, good morning, welcome back. Venus, welcome back. Just going through the chat here. Frank Angel says, for those whose 10K chart is not matching the Panda's 10K chart, he's using a tick chart and you're probably using a volume chart. Very interesting. I didn't even consider that. If you're using a volume chart, your chart's going to look very different than mine. This is a tick chart. Oh, Terrence, it's only 6 hours difference? I'm surprised. I thought Hawaii was... Maybe I was somewhere else. Maybe maybe that's more like Japan, Korea, about 12, 13. We do have a trap trade here, Pandas. The reason why today, I think it's going to be a trading range day today. I'm going to end the poll here, about 10 more minutes. J-Mark asks, what had you living in Hawaii? Actually, I was living in Kona, and there's this thing called YWAM, and it was like it's called Youth with a Mission, and I did that for a couple months. Very interesting. Couple things could be happening here, Pandas, but the reason why I think today will be a trading range day today is because we've been hovering around yesterday's close all day, all overnight session, and we broke below it, broke above it, and we keep slicing in and out of it. I think today we can have a trading range day today, plus on the daily. I think the market wants to pause here, and what it wants to do is it might create the scalp, right, second entry, long, and I think it's gonna reverse. In my opinion, it could trap here. This, if I saw this on a 5-minute or a 2000 tick chart, I would be looking for a trap trade here. I would not be. I'll be looking for fail second entry long, right? Which the second entry here makes less than 10 points, and then it reverses, creating a trap here, as we see here. We have the failed trap here, but here we have a trap, and I think it's going to actually reverse this market for maybe a couple days. I think we're gonna have a couple down days, in my opinion. Also, Al Brooks says today, most likely we'll have a red month. Doesn't mean it's gonna be a strong trend bar, but it's, you know, most likely going to be a red month. And so we still have about half the month left, and I think you know, we are well on our way to make a red month here. So good morning, guys. Good morning, Pandas. Hey, if you guys are rolling in, I just finished my pre-market. I just think, you know, we're going to be in this trading range. We do have a nice trap setup here, thinking we're coming back to the bottom of the trading range. Very interesting here. I'm not sure what's going to happen. I'd like that setup here, but Yeah, it is what it is. A failed trap, top of the trading range. So today I think it's gonna be trading range. Most of you guys think it's gonna be trading range as well. George Cap says we finished a measure move on the daily. Interesting. We do have a trap trade here, pandas, right before market open. Ooh, I kind of like this trap trade. I like this trap trade. It's right in the middle of the trading range, though. I don't like that about it. I'm gonna sit on a pause here. Daniel Eyes, member for 6 months. Thanks for becoming a member, staying a member for 6 months. I wish Daniel Eyes or a couple of these other 6-monthers chatted a little bit, because you can see in their badge the second entry forming. Right now, you only see two-legged pullbacks for those who've been for 4 months. You see the two-legged pullback, but you don't see the second entry yet. We do have a trap trade here about to trigger, pandas, and I think it's a high probable trade. Pretty good trade here in my opinion, but sitting on my pause because we're in the middle of a trading range, and so I'm just gonna wait here. Market, it's about to open in a couple more minutes here. This trap looks good. Perfect scalp when it actually hits yesterday's close. Hey guys, just for those who are rolling in, I'm Bye Money. Welcome to my stream. On this stream, we trade the single most baddest, largest, most liquidable market in the world, the emini futures. We trade the ES solely here. We trade pure price action. We trade only one single setup to keep things simple as possible. The two-legged pullback. It's a setup that looks like this. 2 pushes down, 2 pushes up. I say an ABC pattern, ABC. First pullback, first entry, second pullback. We like to enter in the second entry here. The reason why we like to do this is because the market loves to move in twos. And so when the market makes 2 moves down, it's finished with this move, and then it reverses, and we want that reversal. So in the right context, this is greater than a 90% probability to make a point. For instance, if I bring this over to my chart here, and we see right here we have a two-legged pullback at the top of the channel, 2 legs move, 1 push up, another push up, 2-leg move. We see it here, we're able to make a nice scalp here. So we have to find this in the right context, and that's what we do in the stream. We try to find the best 2-leg pullbacks possible in the market. We trade pure price action here as well, so that means everything on the chart helps with price action. We have the 20 EMA, we have the 240 SMA, we have a trading range indicator that marks trading ranges for us automatically using pure price action, and also the 2-legged pullback indicator. As you can see here on the chart, all these numbers are the leg counts, and then it marks it with a simple color scheme, the 2-legged pullback. And you see with dark green numbers, dark red numbers are 2-legged pullbacks. Here we have a potential Pikachu trade here, and you can see on the right of the chart tells you if the next leg, the next reversal will be a second entry. So that's the nice thing about the indicator, because it tells you the next upcoming leg if it's a second entry or not with the super signal here. So we have the super signal telling us right now if it reverses, this is not only a second entry, but it's a Pikachu trade. It's also a trap, making a Pikachu trade here. Market just opened, pandas. That's why we sit on our pause. That's why we don't enter that trade, because in the middle of the trading range, even with a trap here. But we do have a 2-legged pullback forming now. We have this here, right? Breakup trend, new high. Let's see what happens today, pandas. I think we're gonna be trading range day today, and so I would not trust any breakouts at the moment. So I'm looking for a reversal here, pandas. I'm gonna look for another trap trade to the downside. Let's see if we get it. Ooh, nice signal bar. Very nice signal bar. Reverses immediately. I'm looking for a trap trade to the downside here, pandas. It made it to a new high and wants to make 2 legs up here. A, B, C. They potentially want to go short now after the 2 legs move. two-legged move to the upside. Two-legged move actually technically did happen because it starts down here. A, B, C. You can see it with a dark red number, but I'm gonna wait for a little better price action here for me. It looks like this two-legged move does. Unsure what's gonna happen here, but it's currently choppy, so we sit on our pause, pandas. Sit on our pause. It looks like this second entry is gonna make us a point here. We thought it wasn't because we saw it reverse immediately, but then it comes right back down. Top of the trading range. That's why I don't trust any breakouts right now. I wish we had one more push up. I would be more confident to enter short then, but right now this second entry is looking like, okay, it just made an absolute scalp. So that was a good second entry short. Top of the trading range. Like I said, I think today's gonna be trading range day today. Even though we saw a big burst up, don't trust those breakouts, right? Failed breakouts. Sitting on our pause here now. That's scary because, you know, we enter there, but then it reverses immediately. Very disappointed. That would have me sweating. But we're sitting on our pause. We're looking for a better setup than that. But the new high is made here. Now we are looking to get to the bottom of the trading range. Sitting on our pause. Pandas, guess where we hit? We hit the bottom of the trading range, top of the trading range to the bottom of the trading range, bottom of the trading range to the top of the trading range. Trading range indicator is being a boss right now. Hopefully it will be accurate. Continue to be accurate here. I mean, it's already accurate, right? I mean, it's based on price action, so it's already accurate. It's just if the price will actually respond to these levels here. Ooh, man, Pikachu trade on the 10K chart. If I had saw that, I would have definitely entered that. I was not paying attention to the 10K chart. Gotta keep my eyes on that one. Looks like a strong push down, pandas, but again, I'm not trusting any breakouts, breakdowns, but we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? We have incredible selling pressure, even in the trading range, and that could increase the chances that this will break to the downside. So you can look at the selling pressure just by looking at how many red bars there are, right? The intensity of these bars, and compare them to the bull bars. And when you see the bull bars, see how much follow through they have, you know, you kind of look at which one is stronger, and then you can gauge the buying or selling pressure. Right now, this is decent selling pressure, multiple bear bars in a row. But then when we get close to the bottom trading range, you see it starts to make these wicks here. Just waiting, sitting on my pause still. If you look at the 5-minute chart, the first 5-minute bar looks like this, possibly telling us the mood for the rest of the day, which could be trading range. It's a trading range bar. Big wicks up above it and below it on the 5-minute. Above and below it, big wicks, showing us possible trading range. But we'll wait for 2 or 3 more bars on the 5-minute to really tell us the market cycle today. We have another push down, pandas. We do have a 2-legged pullback forming here. A, B, C. Second entry here on the bottom trading range. I may be interested in entering in this. Higher low setup. In my mind, kind of all of the second entries in the bottom of this trading, on this trading range looks successful. That's a terrible signal bar. Not entering that. But look at how fast it reverses right there, pandas. Immediately reverses. You're thinking this is going to make a point to the upside. Terrible signal bar. That's why signal bars are important. Sitting on our pause here. We do have a two-legged pullback there. A, B, C. We do have a Pikachu trade as well on the other side. Ooh, that looks good. Man, I kind of want to enter this. I really want to enter this now after it ends like that. I kind of want to enter this, but I'll sit on my pause for now, pandas. Ends like this, complete reversal of this. Ooh, good thing I'm sitting on my pause. Good thing I'm being patient right now, pandas. Pikachu trade is about to trigger here. We have a triple bottom. If we come back up, I may be interested in entering long here. Triple bottom here. 1, 2, 3 hits. Bottom of the trading range. If this triggers, I want to see how far it goes. If it's a failed trap, might be interested in going long here. On another attempt upwards, I may be interested in going long. If we do come back up here, pushing down again. Quad bottom here at the moment. Kind of interested in going long. Depends. Okay, maybe broke below it. 2 ticks. 2 ticks means that's a trap, right? 2 ticks means that there were stop losses there. The moment it triggered it, it went down 2 ticks. So, in my opinion, that is good evidence that that was a trap trade. Doesn't mean necessarily you're gonna get your 1 point. We're actually at perfect scalp right now. But the fact that it skipped a tick, right? It went immediately to 2 ticks. In my mind, there were stop losses there. People are trying to trade this range, and I'm going to try to use that to my advantage, and hopefully be able to scalp out here. And so you did see that 2 tick movement real quick, showing that there were people with stop losses right underneath that. And when I say people, I mean institutions, right? There's no way retailers could cause that kind of movement. Only institutions can cause movements like this in the market, right? Any retail traders we're just going along for the ride. We can't actually move the market. Even if we all work together, pandas, right, on the stream, and we say everyone buy like as many contracts as they can right now, like we won't be able to affect the market. This is a breakdown, and this breakdown is kind of strong now because we do have this trap actually with some follow through. And so now I'm thinking this breakout might be successful to the downside. I'm going to be a little more hesitant to try to go long and trade this trading range. I think the trading range might be broken now. We're making a beeline straight to yesterday's low, pandas. Absolutely incredible. Let's see what happens here, pandas, though. I'm just sitting in my pause. I might be looking for a downtrend today, but I really thought we're going to have a trading range. I really think the market wants to pause here and wants to make a decision if it wants to break lower or if it wants to kind of make a trap here. I really want that trap on the daily. I'll trade that trap on the daily if we can. I mean, right now we're in a downtrend and we do not. We can say it's a new low, right? Breakup trend here. Sorry. It would be breakup trend here, a new low, but it's a very small, very small. I mean, you can consider this one. If you don't consider this, right, you can say this is breakup trend. Sometimes you wait for the 2-legged move before you consider to make your trend line. And so you have this 2-legged move, and now when that pivot from the 2-legged move is created, you can say this is a downtrend. Breakup trend, first breakup trend now, new low, and you can consider maybe taking a major trend reversal, MTR off the 20 EMA here. But right now we are in a downtrend, and there's just nothing to deny that at the moment. This is straight up a downtrend, and if you're able to go long, in my opinion, I think we do have to. Yeah, I'm not sure. This could be the new low of this, so we could be looking for a reversal here. Wouldn't be terrible trade. The 5-minute now printing, right, strong bear candle ending near its low. Could be signifying something, but we could have also an opening reversal and just reverse the rest of the day. I mean, I've seen some crazy things happen in this market right now, like opening reversals. Let's see if the measure move is made. Maybe this move is done. Don't be lazy with your charting. It seems like a lot of work I'm doing, but that's exactly what's going to take in order for you to make money in this market. We have a measure move potentially here, and if it hits this measure move, depending how it reacts to it, we could have a nice reversal here, but we shall see. We shall wait here. The measure move is about one tick above yesterday's low. Potential H4 setup on the measure move could be an interesting trade. I'm gonna be a little safer here. I'm gonna take the higher low setup on the H4. I've been burned by H4s on the last stream, so I remember my lesson. And I'm gonna wait till we actually get to the key area, especially if this triggers here. I'm not interested. We want to get to the key area before considering counter trend trading here. But we are in a downtrend. You could say this is breaker trend here as well, and this is the new low. You could say that. To me, the minor reversal is a little too light for me, and I would like the channel right to break. So this is a spike in channel. It's a very tight channel, but it's a spike in channel here. Spike channel, channeling down. Let's see if we can scalp out here. Let's see if scalpers, if the bulls are able to scalp out here. Ends on the 50s on the next grid up. If it hits the 50s, we make a perfect scalp made. Absolute scalp made. And so we see after that H4 setup, it makes a point. That's why I like the H4s typically, but on this strong downtrend, I would like a little more evidence. No setups on the 10K chart right now. 10K chart still on the first pullback if we were to enter here. First pullback and also first entry, that's what the gray number is, right? It's just a complete reset of the count. First pullback, first entry, that's what these are, the gray numbers, gray diamonds. So that means we're far away from any type of price action to make a two-legged pullback. 5 minute. Also, if you want, pandas, you can look at the top right of your screen. And you can see what chart I'm looking at, which time frame or tick frame. So I added that capture for you guys because I switch between the charts so often. I want you guys to be able to track along. And so if you're wondering what chart I'm looking at, look at the top right of your screen. You can see if I'm on a tick chart, 2,000 tick chart, 10,000 tick chart, 5 minute chart, daily. Those are the main ones I use. We're getting some choppiness here. We missed a measure move, pandas. We're still looking for that measure move. In my opinion, we are. But this breakout could fail. A little rumble in the jungle. Pretty strong reversal right after that H4. That's why I like the H4s. But it was not in the key area. It was not close enough to the measure move. I got burned last time on the H4, and that's still very clear in my mind. Getting burned on the H4. Woo! H4 creating a nice reversal here. This is why that's why most trading range breakouts fail. This one just happened to dip real far down before it reverses back into trading range. It dips so far down the trading range indicator actually breaks. Right, it no longer detects this as a trading range. Yeah, no longer detects mine as a trading range. Looking for a two-legged pullback now. A, B, C. Looking for a two-legged pullback. That's what I'm looking for. I hope we can get an entry here. If the push is strong, we can't even get two-legged pullbacks. If you think about it, two-legged pullback is like a two-legged discount. 2 discounts in a row on a trend. That's what we're thinking, right? Oh man, it's like I want to enter this trend. Okay, I get 2 pushes to the other side, gives me a nice discount. I want to jump in after that. And the market is stingy. Sometimes doesn't give you those two-legged pullbacks. But like I said, trading range, and we're back in the trading range. The 10K still trading range is still valid, and so the 10K trading range is still here, still good for us. It's a little hard to see because it's matching, right? The lower part of the trading range is matching the yesterday's close. So a little hard to see this bottom line, but the trading range indicator is still valid on the 10K chart actually. It broke on the 2K chart. It happens to come right back up into it. I can manually draw this one now. On the 10K chart, it looks like this. 10K chart's marked here and the 4437. Yeah. The 10K chart is actually really tight. It's this wide on the 10K chart, the trading range. Looking for a two-legged pullback though, to the upside. This reversal is not something you mess with. Right? And you can consider this, right, the break of trend. The measure move was missed, but break of trend, new low, and then reverses on the H4 setup. Man, that's why I like H4s, but man, I got burned yesterday, so I didn't want that to happen again on stream. Ooh-wee. One pullback, and the first pullback is very small. You can see 1 tick pullback. Very hard to trade this in my opinion. I mean, there's no entry for us, or at least for me. No two-leg pullbacks yet. Hitting the top of the trading range on the 10K chart, this blue box, I basically transfer that trading range to here. And that blue box is the top of the trading range on the 10K chart. Broke below, breaking above now. Still sitting on my pause though, pandas. No setups yet. But it's not like I would be able to catch this unless I was very unless I, you know, wanted to swing this initially, then, you know, I might have been able to capture all this. But, you know, with a scalp and runner, you would have been stopped out because of this candle. Stopped your runner out anyways. So just watching here, pandas, sitting on my pause, being patient, waiting for my setup. Second entry does trigger on the 2K chart here. Another very teeny small pullback. If you are very bullish here, you would enter this trap. I'm going to sit on my pause a little too far away from the 20 EMA for me, and we're at the top of the trading range. Sitting on my pause here, but the 10K chart looks nice, right? 2 strong bull bars ending on its high. You're thinking another push up. And that's what we get. Perfect scalp made. Perfect scalp made. No, not a... perfect scalp still. Absolute scalp made. So those who really wanted to enter there could have entered that trap. A little too far from the 20 EMA for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 12 out of the last 13 bars. Strong bull bars. And every bear bar is little teeny bear bars, right? This little pullback, very small, very teeny. 1 tick pullback, 2 tick pullback, right? Every pullback's been very small right now. Ryan Shatner got my 3 points. I'm done. First Wednesday. Let's go, baby. Congrats. You do not want to short this. In no world do you want to short this right now. There's no strategy that wants you to short this. Even on this, you don't want to short it. Right? This is called a small pullback bull trend, or in another time frame, it's simply a breakout. Right? On the 10K, this is a breakout. We're still breaking out to the upside. We're in breakout mode right now, or we're actually in the breakout. And we're sitting on our pause. We're not trying to go short. We're not trying to counter trend this at all. Sitting on my pause here. Do have an L4 setup potentially setting up here. If your chart is different, I recommend you guys to reload your historical charts. I mean, historical data. I reloaded mine already. So my data should be pretty accurate here. L4 doesn't actually trigger here, pandas. We're getting that second push down. Perfect scalp made. Typically what happens, spike in channel, right? When you have a big breakout like this, typically it converts into a channel. So we're gonna look for a two-legged pullback if we can get it. Actually, the L4 does trigger here, right? It's a pseudo L4, but it's an L4, right? It comes with a perfect scalp instead of an actual trap. The reason why I consider perfect scalps, the reason why I mark these, mark the perfect scalp. Perfect scalp is basically the last reversal made exactly 5 ticks. The reason why I mark it is because, oh, so this will be an L4, but this is also two-legged pullback, pandas. I'm gonna try to go long here, pandas. A, B, C. The reason why I like to mark the perfect scalp is because, you know, high chance, right? You have like a 99% chance that people are still trapped in this trade. Ooh, the L4 immediately makes a point there, no problem. First touch of the 20 EMA after strong breakout like this. Let's see if we can get a good signal bar. I do not like this bar right here. Even if it's a good signal bar here, seeing this bar makes me think we're gonna have another push down. We have a bar 1, 2, about 3 points, you know, ending near its low. It's hard to counter trend trade that bar. Okay. Now I'm a little more interested in going long here. I need a good signal bar. Let's get a good signal bar. Let's try to get one more push up. And if that fails, I'm actually going to reverse my trade and actually take the counter trend trap if it does trap out. Could be a double loss, but I'll take that. I think it's worth it. Actually, with that being said, I'm just going to wait for a trap trade. Just because we're on top of the trading range, I don't like this. Top of the trading range, pretty strong reversal here, but most likely spike in channel, in my opinion. Signal bar is not good as well. Sitting on my pause here. Every breakout you're expecting it to fail, and so even this breakout you're expecting to fail. Fail breakdown here. I kind of like this trade here. I kind of like this trade, but I don't like this movement down here. I'm gonna take the long here on the failed trap. I just don't like how the fact we're on the top of a trading range, and I don't like to go long on top of trading ranges. I just do not do that. But that makes me feel confident we're gonna go long here. This is two-legged pullback. I kind of want to enter this now. Makes an absolute scalp. I should enter that. I was being a little hesitant there. I should have entered that trade. I think that's a good trade. I was pulling this up for my boy here, asking Ocean Blue. There's a link there. Absolute scalp made right off the 20 EMA. Now we have breakup trend. The spike in channel. That's what I'm thinking. Ocean Blue, there's a tutorial there showing you how to use the indicator if you want to know how to use it. It's not a document, but it's video tutorials. That was a nice two-legged pullback, man. Sorry, I was a little distracted pulling up that link. Failed breakdown here with that wick. Pretty nice setup to go long. I could have even entered with a retracement there, and I've been fine with that. Now we're clearly above the 20 EMA and riding above it. But I still think trading range day today, pandas, is so. But when you have a strong bull leg like this, you gotta recognize that. I mean, most traders now are thinking bull trend. Most traders are thinking that. Price action trading, we're thinking bull leg in a trading range. That's at least what I'm thinking. Especially with a big push down like this. Regardless, we're waiting for a new high. Break a trend new high here. Break a trend new high. New high about to be made, looks like. And this new high would be amazing if it itself was a two-legged pullback. Giving us more confidence that that move is done. Right, that this two-legged move is done now to the upside. And now we're looking to reverse the trade here. That will be ideal, but let's see. Rarely the market gives us the ideal. Ooh, okay. Two-legged pullback forming here potentially. If we break a previous candle's high, we have the two-legged pullback, making the new high potentially. Double top. Let's see if we get it though. Failing to make the new high now. That push down is strong. Coming back to the 20 EMA. Top of the trading range, panda. So I'm still thinking we're gonna fail to break out of this trading range. Right, I marked the trading range on the 10K chart, on the 2K chart here. The blue box is what that is. And that's why I'm scared, right? That's why I'm scared to enter long here, because this movement downwards could have happened earlier. So that's why I was a little hesitant to enter there. But still, I mean, at the end, I think that's a pretty good trade for a scalp, in my opinion. I was just a little too distracted. J Merck says, looking for a new high. I agree. I do. The ideal thing right now is to make a new high, right? Break this previous high. We want to break this high here, make the new high, and look for a trap trade to the downside. That is the best setup we can look for. But that setup is just so unlikely to happen. But we'll see. You know, we'll wait. We'll wait for that setup. That's the 90%. That's the 90 or greater percent probability trade that we could have if it were to happen. Right, we need this to break above here, the new high. Then we need this to happen, right? This two-legged pullback, trap trade. That'd be the best setup that we can imagine here for price action trading, especially in a trading range day. Let's see if the market gives it to us. You know, those who are eager will take actually this lower high setup. But still, look at how we bounced off the 20 EMA like this. You gotta reckon. You need to reckon this. Could be an opening reversal. We could have a bull trend day today as well, and that's the trick. That's the tricky thing. You know, we've been having a lot of opening reversals. We've been having a lot of opening reversals to the downside. So it starts up bullish, and you're thinking super strong bull trend, and then it reverses within you know, the half hour, and then it just never looks back. And so this could be that, right? Within the half hour, right? Within about 12 minutes of trading, you can see here, right, the timeline, right? It reverses, and it might never look back from here, right? This trade here may never get stopped out, and you could, you know, be riding this for the rest of the day. That'll be amazing for those who are bullish and those who have runners right now. You know, and I hope that happens for you. I'm just trying to read the price action here, pandas. We do have another push down here, right? But still above the 20 EMA. We do have a break of trend, as you can see with this magenta line. Break of trend, and we're looking for a new high here, pandas. And we're gonna be patient as possible. We're not gonna take any of these second entries until we get the setup that we want. We want the setup to come to us. We don't want to chase the setup here. Hey pandas, those who are just joined, make sure you scalp that like button. And I'm bye-bye money. Oh, welcome to the stream. For those who are just entering, we are looking for a certain setup here. We're thinking trading range day today. We're looking for a new high at the moment. It's not happening right now, but we were looking for a new high. On this stream, we trade only one single instrument, the biggest, baddest, most liquidable market in the world, the emini futures. We trade only one single setup, the two-legged pullback. It's a setup that looks like this: 2 pushes down or 2 pushes up. ABC, or first pullback, first entry, second pullback. And we like to enter the second entry in the right context. This is a greater than 90% probability to make 1 point on the E-mini. So we have to scalp this setup. So that's what we're trying to find here, pandas. And on the charts, we have a two-legged pullback indicator that automatically identifies second entries. That automatically identifies that setup with a simple color scheme. You can see here we do have a two-legged pullback here. A, B, C, but we're at the top of a trading range, so I'm hesitant to go long here. Also hesitant to go short because we're looking for that new high. We do have a double test here of the top of the trading range. I kind of want this trap. I really want this trap, pandas. I really want to enter this trap. I don't think you understand how tempted I am to enter this trap trade right now. We didn't make the new high, but this trap is happening prematurely. I really want to enter this trap trade. I cannot tell you how bad I want to enter this trap trade right now. The better setup is to wait for the new high, but this trap trade right now is tempting me like crazy. But now it's kind of going back up, not looking good. But now it's coming back down. It's making me want to enter it. I really do want to enter this trap trade, but pandas, I'm going to sit on my pause here. I'm just going to sit on my pause and wait for our setup. Let the setup come to us. If you want more information about the two-legged pullback indicator, feel free to check out the website. There's a free trial, www.twoleggedpullback.com. Good thing we're waiting. That didn't even trigger, but good thing we're waiting for that new high. Potentially getting that new high now. Looking to get the new high. Failing to make a new high at the moment. Needs to break this horizontal line, right? Needs to break this high, previous pivot high. Ooh, new high. Just tested a previous high. Pandas, on this stream, I believe I'm the only streamer. You know, all the haters, even though I have so many haters, from all the people, I feel like I should have the least hate. Because I actually trade this setup live. That means when I trade it live, I have the 100% risk. Like you cannot deny, right, a live trade that you see with your own eyes. And so, in my mind, I should have the least haters because at least I'm doing this live. But still, you get haters no matter what. The internet is a crazy place, and you know, when you are faced with, you know, the entire population of the world, you can have crazy people coming in, and no matter what, they'll still hate this channel. But hey, regardless, I still stream live for you the two-legged pullback. I take the full risk of losing money and losing trades here for you guys. So if you like the content here, please scalp that like button. Helps out the stream a lot. We do have the new high now, pandas. I personally like the new high to be a two-legged pullback on its own, right? Another push up, one more push up. That'd be very nice if we get one more push up here. But I'm willing to let that go. If we do get a trap trade here, I'm willing to go short. But I would like one more push up. I would like the breakout itself of the new high to be a two-legged pullback, right? Making me know that that move is done. But currently we are reversing very strongly. And all I have right now is this trading range on the 10K chart. Coming back into the trading range. Still above the 20 MA. I would like a trap trade here, pandas. If we can get a trap trade here, that'd be very nice. That's what we're looking for now. Or in fact, we can actually have this trap here, A, B, C. Actually, no, that's the wrong way. We need, okay, trap. Only trap trade we have is a Pikachu trap. Something like this. Potential Pikachu. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for a second entry, fail second entry long here to go short after the new high was made. Breaking below the 20 minutes is what I like to see to go short. Coming back into the trading range, as you can see here. Right, like we mentioned, spike and channel, that's what ended up actually happening here. Spike and channel. Spike and channel. But no two-legged pullback yet. No entries for us. Just sitting on my pause. Kern, welcome back, Kern. Kern's been a long time follower. Brandon Jones says, guys, I just figured out the secret. Your P&L is supposed to be green when you end the day. I've been doing it wrong this entire time. Man, haven't we all? Haven't we all? We do have a nice push down right now, pandas. Breaking the channel, right? Breaking below the channel now, right? For the spike and channel, right? The spike channel, the channel has 3 pushes up, as Kern mentioned. You could also consider this one, 1, 2, 3 pushes up. And you can just see simply with the indicator, right? This 3 here means 3 pushes up. That's why the indicator is nice. It tells you how many legs there are, right? So we know there's 3 legs in this, right? In this channel here. Typically has about 3 to 4 pushes on these channels. Typically, it doesn't always happen, but typically. Man, the trading range indicator on a 2K chart marking the trading range here now, bouncing off perfectly. Look, it marked the trading range way back here, and now it hit it perfectly. We're below the channel now, made a new high after this spiking channel. Looking to go short here though, but no setups, pandas. Absolutely no setups for us. Still. Richard Harris petting his cat like Dr. Evil. Persian. Wait, is that the same cat that Dr. Evil has? Don't tell me, Richard Harris, don't tell me you're Dr. Evil. Don't tell me you're bald. I don't know if you guys watch Austin Powers, but how is Battlefield versus Call of Duty? In your opinion, which is better, Battlefield 5 or Call of Duty Warzone? If you're into the BR scene. The only game I really play right now is Call of Duty Modern Warfare. But man, it has so many weird things about it. It's just, yeah. We do have a lower high setup here. Keeping an eye on the 10K chart as well. 10K chart. The lower high setup. I mean, oh boy, I would like this if it's possible. Two-legged pullback that looks like this. I don't think we're gonna get it though, pandas. Ooh, triple bottom. Those who are looking for some sort of reversal entry here would consider this a two-legged pullback. Oh boy. Just triggered. A, B, C. A, B, C all in one leg. Unfortunately, pandas, no setups. I mean, on a smaller time frame, I bet you if I move to the 500 tick, that would look like the two-legged pullback. Coming back to the bottom of the trading range, pandas, on the 10K chart. So on the 500 tick chart, that was a two-legged pullback. All right, on a smaller time frame, that was a two-legged pullback. A, B, C. On the 2000 tick chart, man, we're just destroying that trading range. Like I said, pandas, right? Those who trade this thought this would be a bull trend day today. But price action trading tells us otherwise. But that little move, that 500 and the 500 tick in this movement here, actually made a two-legged pullback. A, B, C, right? It's a hidden second entry, but it's an ABC move all in there. But on the 500 tick chart, you can see it clearly. It made clear legs. But on the 2000 tick chart, you can only just see it with the movement of these candles. And unfortunately, you know, it just was not a setup for us on the 2000 tick chart. But that's what it is on the 500 tick chart. It was a setup for us, actually. Isn't that incredible? Right, the two-legged move, right, on the 500 tick chart just looks like this on the 2000 tick. And lo and behold, that gives us our nice move down now, pandas. Unfortunately, we have no entries. Incredible. Nothing to see here. I mean, the best entry maybe today. Maybe this one right here that I missed. I didn't take that trade. But that's probably the best entry so far. One second. And sorry, Mrs. Panda has been working on her latte art, and she just for the first time made a heart in the froth, and I just had to congratulate her because I was just so impressed, so proud. Mrs. Panda is one of a kind. By the way, those who are married, your calling in life is simple for those who are married. Your calling in life, for those who are married, is love your spouse to the best of your ability, and that's it. That's your calling if you're married. As a Christian, that's that's one of the big things that we like to talk about. Is if you're married, we do believe that's a gift given to us by God, and the calling for any husband is to love their wives. Love their wives. And for me, that is my number one calling before trading, before anything. It is to love my wife, best of my ability. So, just for those who might be having a hard time, love your wives, love your spouses, right? If they don't know that you love them, then you're doing something wrong. Make sure you let them know that You know, without a shadow of a doubt, your spouse should know that they love you, that you love them, in my opinion. But yep, just a little something, you know. Life is more than just trading. But for those who aren't married, you know, it is what it is. Let's go, baby. Let's find those two. It's still no setups, pandas. I'm just waiting. I have a potential. I mean, this trap trade here potentially, but nah. No setup still. Just watching. I mean, like I said, this 10K trading range is still valid. And it's still valid on the 10K. If you look at the 10K chart, it's just a big trading range, very long trading range. Like I said today, I think it's going to be trading range day today. Unfortunately, no setups for us, though. No setups, man. It is what it is, though. We're just going to try to find those best setups as possible. Just looking over the chats here. I'll give Mrs. Panda the encouragement you were giving her. Happy wife, happy life. Richard Harris says, I'm taking my gaming machine to Vegas to marry. You know, today's day and age, that might be possible. Mark Aguilas came for the trading, stayed for the life pro tips. Most people just stay for me losing money, for the Panda losing money. Make sure you guys scalp that like button. Let's go, baby. Jerry's awake. Amen. Hanser K says she needs to love you back too. You know, the thing is, I find personally, from my friends, and just like from all the people I know, that if the husband initiates loving his wife, the wife typically, of course I'm not trying to say this is the absolute truth, but typically the wife is very quick to respond. Let's just say you're in a relationship with both husband and wife are maybe not happy, content. When the husband starts to initiate and show that he cares and loves his wife, typically the wives do respond very well. It's not always the case the other way around. Right, guys are a little more stubborn, we're a little dumber, to be honest, and so we're kind of we kind of don't get the message. But typically, I just find that women in general, I think, are smarter in that way. I mean, in general, I think women are, man, when it comes to a lot of things, man, they're just way smarter than guys. Anyways. Happy that a lot of you guys are married for a long time. Let's go, baby. Hey, man, you guys are already winning in life. This is just extra. Just waiting for a setup, though. No setups yet. Coming back into a trading range. Right back into it. Watch us bounce right off the top of this. It's gonna be absolutely incredible. Just watch. I'm calling it right now. Watch it bounce right off the top of this. I'm calling it right now, pandas. Watch it bounce right off the top of this trading range. It's going to make a point off this bounce. Just watch. Made a point right off the top of that trading range. What did I say, pandas? Easy peasy. I mean, obviously I'm not trading that, but top of the trading range acting as resistance. I hit it perfectly. I called it, even with a strong bull bar like this, I called it. So it's going to bounce off the top of this. Boom. Bouncing off the top of the trading range perfectly. Marked by the trading range indicator on the 10K chart. That's how I knew it. Right, this 10K trading range, this red and green line, I just mimicked it with this blue box here on the 2K chart so I can see the trading range here on the bigger time frame, on the smaller time frame. So I marked it here. That's how I knew it would bounce off there. Ends up going beyond it, but still bounced off of it. Saljean with 5 wins. Let's go, baby. Range day. Pandas. Are we gonna get set up here? Bouncing off the top of the trading range, coming right back down. Stuck in this vortex here right now. Just this pure vortex trading range. Just going in and out of it all day. Super strong bull trend. What does it end up doing? Coming right back in the trading range. Wow, hit the top of the trading range to the bottom of the trading range. Pandas. Price action trading is king. What can I say? Make sure you guys scalp that like button. I do this absolutely for free. So you hitting that, and also if you guys want to become pandas, if you're watching this full screen, you're gonna have to minimize your screen, and there's a join button. If you want to become a panda, just for a small monthly subscription, you know, it's like $4.99 or something like that. But that also helps me, motivates me to continue to do these streams, and yeah, and it just supports the stream. If you think you're getting more than $5 of, say, content or benefit from the stream a month, and then consider joining, becoming a panda. Also, you get a couple perks, but mostly it's to donate to my coffee to help Mrs. Panda and making her latte art. It also helps me trade, right? In a sense, you helping Mrs. Panda, right, and you helping me, right, helps this stream, because with my morning coffee, I'm able to trade better. So you are helping yourself. Let's go, baby. Two-legged pullback here. The bottom of the trading range. Not interested going short here. Just watching. Pandas, no trades right now. Very difficult to trade this in my opinion. Just watching. Hope you guys are just enjoying the vibes right now. I'm actually excited. Right now I'm about 6.3K subscribers. I'm actually very excited to hit 10K because I actually want to make some like merchandise that I would like to sell. I have some ideas, and I mean it's gonna be, you know, revolving around trading somehow. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I do want to get to that point where I can do some merch things, and so we can, you know, kind of have a stronger sense of this, you know, this community, this channel, and just in general, scalping the emini. And so I think that all increases like that, you know, that the strength of this, the channel, and just like what's going on here. So I'm excited. I am. That's a big milestone for me, hitting 10K subscribers, and you know, and hopefully at this rate we can get there in about maybe early next year. Or, you know, it's a long-term plan, but God willing as well. It's actually so funny because, you know, when I talk about, you know, doing this stream, I could not tell you that I will be here right now. Like, it's actually so incredible, you know, for anyone who starts YouTube, wants to start a YouTube channel. I'll just say two things that I think. Woo, Jason, welcome back, man. Jason, our trusty mod, the best mod in YouTube history. Seriously. But yeah, I cannot tell you, like, you know, I could not imagine I'll be here right now when I first started. But I'll say if you want to start a YouTube channel, just two things, you know. First off, do something that you actually love and enjoy. If you're not doing something you actually enjoy, like if you start like a cooking channel, but you don't like cooking, just stop. Just stop right now. you will just burn out. But if you love cooking, then I'll say that's something that's, you know, it's a good thing to do. And you would have the passion and the energy to want to, you know, make good content. And the second thing is, whatever you do put out there, you know, just imagine that you are trying to benefit someone else. If it's beneficial to someone else, then I think it's worth doing, you know, regardless of how many viewers you get, how many subscribers you get. Because at that point, your motive is not about the viewers. Your motive is about doing something you love, plus helping others. And so when you have those two motives going hand in hand, then just kind of see what happens, right? And, you know, in a sense, you're doing it regardless of the viewers anyway. So if you have 10 viewers or 1,000 viewers, you know, you don't really care, because what you're doing is you're doing something you love, plus you feel like you're helping others. And so, and that's kind of what, you know, just was a genesis of this channel, right? My very first videos, if you look on my channel, is literally how to count legs, how to identify second entries. Those were my two videos. And those have by far the most views out of all of my other videos. But yeah, that's how it started. And I could not tell you, like, when I made those two videos, I could not have told you, okay, in the future I'm gonna become a panda, and I'm going to start a stream and live stream this setup for thousands of viewers. Like, I could not tell you that, you know, that was gonna happen, you know. And I could not tell you that, yeah, I'm gonna get, you know, 6,000 subscribers within a year. Like, it's just not something I could have possibly imagined. But I could tell you that doing it, you know, I did not care about any of those things. I just wanted to do something I thought that I love personally, and yeah, and that I found that it might be beneficial for other people. And so if you do want to start YouTube, something like that, I always say just do, you know, just have those two things in mind. And of course, you have things like making high quality content. Of course, all those things will help you. But in terms of you just starting, I think you need those two ingredients. And, you know, at that point, you just can't care about, you just don't care about the actual viewers. You just care about you wanting to do it yourself. And when you have that internal motivation, I think that internal motivation is enough to get you to, you know, to be able to grind it out for the long run. The internal motivation is what really gets you. Josiah says, is this all live on the ES? It's not lining up with my Thinkorswim, because Thinkorswim and NinjaTrader most likely gets their data from different providers. you might have a different looking chart than mine if you're on Thinkorswim. The 10K is printing an interesting candle here. It's a very strong bull bar candle here, and it makes a perfect scalp instantly. But it's an outside bar reversal, which I don't like. Also, top of the trading range. This trading range is just too good right now. It's just too accurate. Hitting the top of the trading range, bouncing right back off of it, pandas, on a 10K chart. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Break a trend, new high. Potentially could go lower from here. I may be interested on this two-legged pullback to the downside. Might be interesting going short here. If we get a nice candle here, might be interested. Doesn't look like we're gonna get it. Guys, Usia owner is not a paid actor or actress. That is a genuine review. Do appreciate the kind words. I honestly hope it's helpful. The two-legged pullback indicator, I mean, I have it on my charts every single day. I can literally identify, you know, second entries like second nature at this point. But I still have the indicator because it gives you a lot of little perks, right? It not only helps you find the second entries, but also, right, has an alerts. I sometimes put alerts on the 10K chart for the traps, because traps are so high probable trades. I'll put an alert on all day for traps on the 10K chart. I'll be ready for any traps on 10K. Also, things like H4, right, Pikachus, those are actually kind of hard to identify manually, optically. And so it just helps with all these things. It just takes away, it just makes it automatic, right? So just have to take away another element that you don't have to worry about. Especially when price action trading, you got to be so focused on the charts and what's happening. This trading range is just too good right now, though. I really thought on a daily we're gonna create a doji bar like this, and I wanted to see a failed second entry long reversal trap. That trap, pandas, I'm gonna go in that. If that traps, I'm gonna go so hard in that. Let's say that right now. No, there's no merch, Jason. I'm just thinking in the future about if I hit the 10K subscribers, you can actually sell merch directly on the YouTube channel, and I'm just looking forward to that because I think it has some good ideas, and I think it'd be nice just to have. Kellyanne, hey, tomorrow's a new day. No trades yet, pandas. Just watching. Very interesting here, though, pandas. This gap here. This gap. You could even consider this gap here But notice how here, if you were to enter any of these trades and you have a stop loss at break even, you are technically still in this trade, right? There's a gap here from this high, from these highs to this low. You see that there's a gap here. And the reason why I consider the highs here is because that's where you enter your trade, right? If you're trying to trade this H4, I mean, technically you'll be down here, maybe swing trading, and you have this big gap here that has not yet been filled. That helps us with information in terms of possibly where this could go. I mean, this could keep going higher and higher, right? This could just be maybe a strong pullback, but maybe looking to go higher from here on out. But regardless, there's a gap here that can help us potentially figure out what's going to happen today. That gap has not been filled and reversed pretty quickly. That's how you know there's strength in the bulls, because they can't even fill this gap here. For instance, say you wanted to enter the trade back here around this time. Well, the traders are so eager, they didn't even wait for it to come back down here. They wanted to come in earlier, and they wanted to get into this trade, and they're back in. That eagerness is shown with that gap. I hope that makes sense to you guys. The trading range is very much still in play here. No trades yet though, pandas. Break of trend, new high. Looking for a reversal here now at this point. Let's see if we made a measure move. Measure move not made yet, actually. But break of trend, new high, right? You have this break of trend right here, new high. Now looking for a trap trade to the downside. Let's see if we get that measure move. Let's see what happens at this measure move, if we even get to it. $10,000 tick chart ends bull bar, ending on its high. You're thinking follow through. Not trying to go short right now. Potential fail trap. Ralph Grunz, the pandemonium. That's not a bad idea. In my mind, if the merch doesn't look good on its own, like if you can't wear it on its own regardless of what it means or what's behind it, you know, there's no point of wearing it or even selling it. Like the merch has to stand alone, be something you would want to wear regardless of why you bought it, what it supports. In my opinion, that's the only way that you would want to actually wear it or buy it. So we do have the measure move up here. We're waiting to see what happens, and we're reversing now. That's a lower high setup. Again, coming back into the trading range. Currently trapping. I almost want to go long here, pandas, but I'm going to respect the trading range. But I kind of want to go long here. Okay, doesn't even trigger it. Doesn't even allow the triggering of the second entry long. Technically, we should wait for the trap here to the downside. Failed second entry long. That's what we should be looking for. That should be our setup. This just might not happen though. Just waiting here, pandas. Kind of want to go short here, but I'm going to wait for the trap trade if we get it. Market has been very stingy with us, not giving us a setup that we like. We do have a trap trade potentially forming on 10K chart, but we'll see if we get it. It looks like the trap will disappear on the 10K chart. 10K chart has a trap here, potentially going long. I'm looking for a trap trade to go short here, if possible. But we need this to reverse, right? We need this to happen. A, B, C. A leg, less than a point, hit the magenta box on the other side. That's what we're looking for here, pandas. I'm not sure if we're going to get it, though. And Bonnet, welcome to the stream. No setups for us, pandas, unfortunately. Not yet, at least. But that trading range, I cannot tell you how accurate a trading range indicator is right now on the 10K chart. It's just boom, 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 up above, up below, up above, up below. Honestly, I should just, buy all these reversals from above it and below it. Could have made so many points. Right here, this is a second entry, but long on the top of the channel. That punishes you. You have to go short on top of the channel. So you get punished right there. I wouldn't even take that trade. Coming back down now. Coming back to the bottom trading range. Absolutely incredible. This is why the trading range indicator is so nice. The 2K is actually creating the trading range again because this trading range has been going so long. It's actually recreating this trading range almost in tandem with the one in 10K chart. It's about one tick off above and below it, but it's pretty close. That's pretty good for price action, in my opinion. Rarely anything is this perfect. Breaking low, kind of hard here, but doesn't mean anything to me. I almost just want to go long here because we're at the bottom of the trading range. I just want to go long anywhere at the bottom here. But at least I want to have a decent signal bar. Terrible signal bar, but bottom of the trading range. Also hitting the 240 SMA now. Gonna draw this channel here. Even with a terrible signal bar, just because it hit the bottom of the trading range, makes itself a nice point here. Absolute scalp. It's just no setups, pandas. It's just so sad. I mean, we could take these lower high setups, right? That's a lower high setup. Not bad. This is probably the best trade so far. This one maybe too, but bottom trading range, two-legged pullback. A, B, C. Bottom trading range. Comes right back to the top of the trading range. I'm using the 20 EMA. Ocean Blue asks which EMAs I'm using. 204 or 20 EMA, 240 SMA. 20 EMA, 240 SMA. Sean push down. Bouncing perfectly off the 20 EMA. We do have a higher low setup here. Could be interested in taking the higher low setup. Outside bar reversal, no longer interested. I hate outside bar reversals. This itself is making itself a two-legged pullback. A, B, C. I don't like outside bar reversals. In my mind, the move is already done on the outside bar reversal. That's why I don't like entering. We do have a two-legged pullback here though forming. It's a Pikachu trade as well. It's moving kind of quickly downwards. I may enter the short here if we do get it. Two-legged pullback. A, B, C. Pikachu trade, also trap trade, also second entry. You can see easily with the magenta box with the red number, dark red number. It's a Pikachu trade. Am I interested in that? Not really. Not really. Terrible signal bar now. Swatching, swatching. Finding itself right back at the top of the trading range. Bottom of the trading range to the top of the trading range. Oh boy. If I had anticipated that kind of movement early on, man, you could have made a lot of money today actually. Because you can swing trade these, right? You can swing to the bottom to the top. Continue to swing it. Until one time it doesn't work. But by the time it doesn't work, you've already made your profits, so. The most logical, reasonable thing to do right now is to actually take this two-legged pullback to the downside. Actually, it's the most reasonable thing to do with a decent signal bar. You can also see we're making a triangle now. Two channels working against each other. We're going to see which one prevails. It makes sense to actually take this short here. So for some reason, I feel like if I take it, I'm gonna get busted. I should just take this. I usually like the lower high entries, but oh boy, I'm confused. I'm gonna sit on my pause. Confusion is not good. I'm just thinking maybe another push up, but I don't want to sit in that trade for too long. Makes absolute scalp. It's a good trade at the end. I should have just entered there, but pandas. I'm being really, really big wussy panda right now. Good trade I missed. Don't know why I didn't take it. I should take that risk. Should have taken the risk. That risk was worth it, in my opinion. Another good trade I missed. I'll admit I missed that trade. It makes the absolute scalp and reverses. I typically don't like to trade in like the first one like this. I like the lower high setups. So for instance, this is a lower high setup. A lower high setup is a 2, dark red 2. I like this to be a number greater than 1, right? 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. I just want a lower high setup. And again, you see here a higher low setup, right, with a 2, dark green 2. Right, that's a higher low setup. But this to me is a little too close to the top, you know? So I like it to happen below or a little below it so I can get, you know, a little more room. Whereas another lower high setup. This is actually a lower high setup, but it's not a second entry lower high setup, but still a lower high setup. Did we get another one? Really? Technically, this is a lower high setup as well. But I was waiting for the higher high, which actually happened and finally broke down. All trades that I missed, I feel like this was a good one. That one's a decent one. This one I feel like I should have taken, but it is what it is. It's all good, pandas. Looks like I might end the day flat here. But that's what it is on these trading range days. It's hard to tell. Hard to tell. But we did recognize and anticipate the trading range early. Just unfortunately did not get a good setup at all, in my opinion. Like, I wanted a good setup to trade this this trading range, but I really wanted to trap here, which didn't actually happen. It only happened with the 500 tick chart. I really wanted this trade. Didn't happen. Just didn't give it to us. Didn't give us what we wanted. I wanted to trap anywhere. I wanted to trap anywhere up here and a trap anywhere down here to go long or short at the top and bottom of the trading range. That's what I wanted, but didn't get any traps, right? No traps. The traps were all on the wrong side, right? The traps were on this side. This trap was on the wrong side. And it gives you a perfect scalp, which most likely trapped you out there. That's what I was looking for, but I didn't get any of my trap setups that I wanted. But it is what it is, Panda. It's all good. Just be patient. We want that greater than 90% probability. Coming right back to the bottom of the trading range, pandas. This whole day, in this blue box. Failed breakout, breakdown, failed breakout, failed breakdown, failed breakout, failed breakdown. Right to the bottom, to the top, bottom to the top. It is what it is. But we are further along this triangle, as you can see. And triangle means breakout mode, but with today's price action, I don't know if we're going to even really get a breakout, so let's go, baby. Hey, not losing money or being flat is better than losing money. Let's just say that. I'd rather have a 0 day than a losing money day. Than a red day. higher low setup again, but we also hit the top of the trading range, so you're expecting to hit the bottom, but pandas, we missed the bottom of the trading range by 1 tick here. That's kind of concerning for those who are going short. In my opinion, this could be a sign it might break out, but the trading range on the 2K chart actually hits it perfectly. But we missed it on the 10K by 1 tick. Makes me think we're heading to the upside of this. Right, missing that small detail here makes me think we're gonna end up on the upside, maybe looking for a trap trade to the long side here to scalp a point. We'll see if we get it. But missing that by 1 tick means a lot to me personally for price action. That's a lower high setup, right? You see a dark red 2 forming here. This dark red 2 means that the next entry below will be a second entry, but also a lower high second entry because it's a 2. That's why it's nice to have all the leg counts plus the. That's why I use the color scheme and also the count, because I want all the information at my disposal whenever I'm about to enter a trade. It looks like we're going to the upside here, pandas. I really feel like if we get a trap here, it might break out to the upside. And I might take the scalp on the upside if we can get it, right, with a trap trade to the long side. I'm not sure if we're going to get it though, pandas. It looks like this triangle is about to break out to the upside. Again, because we missed the bottom of the trading range by 1 tick. We reversed off of it, showing something interesting, right? Showing like something that we haven't seen yet. What happened to my OHLC? My OHLC is... Oh, I see. Hard to see because my blue box is over it. Let's see if we get a trap trade here. With a trap trade here, I may want to go long. But we're failing to break out now on the upside here. That speaks volumes to me. The fact that we missed the bottom of this blue box by 1 tick makes me feel like we're going to break out to the upside here. Let's see if I can get a trap trade to the long side, and I'll consider it. Ocean Blue asks if I have the 204 SMA and 20 EMA on all charts. Yes, I do. Have in all charts. Coming to the top of the triangle here. The only way I would consider trading the breakout here is if we get a trap to break out. I need a trap trade. No setups for us at all, pandas. Breaking above the triangle now. It's about the right time. The timing's perfect for it. Failed to break out though, right? Can't close above it. We just poked above it. Pierced it. Give me a trap trade and I'm considered to go long here. This is the trade I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do trap trade. The trap fails, I'm gonna reverse my trade back to the bottom of the trading range. That's what I'm gonna do. So if we get a trap here, I'm gonna trade the trap, and then I'm gonna reverse it if the trap fails. This is just a simply two-legged pullback though. Could make a point, the trap could disappear. Trap, still valid. Trap, still there. It's not rejecting off this area as much as I would like for the trap to happen. Typically the bounce is fast. When there's a trap, the bounce is fast. Makes an absolute scalp. Just fails to break out the triangle. That's all that is. Thinking too far ahead. I'm trying to think too far ahead. I mean, I saw the miss of this by one tick and I was looking for the trap trade. Just didn't happen. Pandas, make sure you scalp that like button. We're going to overtime here. Didn't give us our setup. I really would like a trap there. I would have entered long that trap, but that trap didn't happen, right? It broke the trap by 3 ticks actually, so not even close. But I wanted that trade. I wanted that breakout here. Alright, Pandas, with that, I'm going to end the stream. Sorry, no trades, but hopefully the analysis is still accurate, still good for you guys, still beneficial. Hey, Pandas. Make sure you scalp that like button. Make sure you check out the indicator free trial at the website. The description, the link's in the description below. And yeah, Pandas, trade safe as always. I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow. And yeah, happy trading. God bless.